The top 20 most popular Star Wars characters, according to Wookieepedia itself. All Star Wars fans have their favorite characters, but thanks to data provided by Wookieepedia, the most popular ones can now be ranked. While not officially affiliated with Star Wars, Wookieepedia is often the go-to source for most fans wanting to learn more about the galaxy far, far away. It's not always perfect, but the dedicated writers and editors always strive to keep it as up-to-date and well-researched as possible. Recently, community data from Wookieepedia and first-party data from its parent site, Fandom, revealed the definitive top 20 Star Wars characters. There are many factors behind this ranking, from recent news that would spark interest to details about character pages only regular Wookieepedia users will understand. With this in mind, let's review how Star Wars fans rank the franchise's best characters and why. Starting the list is Lady Bo-Katan Kryze, the rightful ruler of Mandalore and a fierce warrior. Her popularity is understandable, given her role in Star Wars, The Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels before being prominently featured in The Mandalorian. Her increased screen time in The Mandalorian Season 3 gave plenty of time to flesh out Bo-Katan, making her one of the most accurate Star Wars character adaptations from animation to live action. Another character that will surprise no one is Grogu, and Wookiepedia's list labels him with every name he's been known by. Grogu is adorable, his relationship with Din Djarin is wholesome, and he's received impressive character development in The Mandalorian. Following Star Wars Celebration 2025, fans are more likely to view his page in preparation for The Mandalorian and Grogu. Jedi Master Sifo Dyas has not been prominently featured in any Star Wars movies or TV shows, but it makes sense for him to be such a popular character. The Star Wars prequel trilogy created the mystery about Sifo Dyas and the Clone Army, but never fully explained it, leaving that to Star Wars, The Clone Wars, and some books and comics. Wookieepedia is also helpful for comparing the different explanations in the official canon and the Legends timeline. Grievous has long fascinated Star Wars fans for his ability to wield four lightsabers, fascinating backstory, and behind-the-scenes development. He first appeared in the Star Wars Clone Wars 2D microseries, and his origin was fleshed out in the expanded universe. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, and subsequent stories took a different approach, giving fans a lot to research online. Darth Kidus is the Legends version of Kylo Ren, the son of Han Solo and Leia Organa, who fell to the dark side. Unlike his canon counterpart, fans got to read about Jacen Solo from birth to adulthood before he eventually became a Sith, and his fall was chronicled in great detail. His page being labeled Darth Kidus instead of Jacen Solo is a point of endless heated debate among Wookieepedia users. Tenebrae is one of the most fascinating Star Wars villains because of the multiple forms he has taken in Star Wars The Old Republic. Depending on what point in the timeline fans see him, he could be known as Tenebrae, Vitiate, the Sith Emperor, or Valkorion, each incarnation ruling a different version of his empire. His long life and bold strategies make him one of the most cunningly powerful Star Wars characters. One of the most popular Jedi characters in recent memory is Kanan Jarrus, who trained Ezra Bridger in Star Wars Rebels. Born Caleb Dume, Kanan was a Jedi Padawan who changed his name and went into hiding after Order 66. He is one of the most compelling character arcs of any Jedi, growing into an accomplished master and a wise man willing to sacrifice anything for those he loves. Also known as Starkiller, Galen Marek was Darth Vader's secret apprentice in the Legends timeline. He's the protagonist of the Star Wars The Force Unleashed games, where he eventually turns on his master and defends the newly formed Rebel Alliance. His incredible Force powers and Sam Witwer's brilliant performance made Galen impossible to forget. Boba Fett was always one of the most popular characters from his brief appearances in the original trilogy, but he's been fleshed out in more movies and shows. Star Wars The Clone Wars explored his rise as a bounty hunter, while the Book of Boba Fett showed his transition to a crime boss. He also had several stories in the original expanded universe, giving two very different Boba Fett stories in canon and Legends. No Star Wars character list would be complete without Yoda, who won over fans when he first appeared on screen in 1980. Yoda can be reassuring, hilarious, deadly serious, but most of all, Star Wars fans remember him for his seemingly infinite wisdom. He also proves that size matters not, with incredible lightsaber skills that overwhelm his opponents. Luke Skywalker is the original Star Wars hero and still has one of the best journeys to becoming a Jedi. While Luke has been a controversial character in recent years for how he's been portrayed on screen, this arguably made him more popular because more people are discussing what defines him. It can also make people curious to see how different his post-return of the Jedi story and his new Jedi Order were in Legends. Count Dooku may be a formidable Sith Lord, but fans are just as enthralled by his fall to the dark side. Stories like Star Wars Tales of the Jedi have explored Dooku's disillusionment with the Jedi Order and the Republic, allowing him to be converted by Darth Sidious. He's also been portrayed brilliantly by his actors, the late Christopher Lee in live-action and Corey Burton in animation. As the main character of the most recent Star Wars trilogy, it should be no surprise that Rey is such a popular Star Wars character. Like the films she starred in, Rey has certainly been the center of debate among fans, including the decision to have her take the Skywalker name in the last movie. However, many viewers connected with her story and are eager to see what her new Jedi Order movie will look like. Ever since his story was told in Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, Darth Plagueis has captivated Star Wars fans. His Legends backstory was told in the brilliant novel Star Wars Darth Plagueis by James Luceno, which is also a perfect backstory for the entire Star Wars prequel trilogy. With his recent cameo in The Acolyte, and especially after the show's cancellation, fans are dying to know if his story will continue in canon. Darth Maul was always one of the best parts of Star Wars. Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, but it was his return in the animated shows that cemented him as one of the franchise's best characters. He evolved into a truly cunning adversary with a talent for strategy, but he never left behind his ruthlessness, and he was obsessed with revenge on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Maul will receive his own animated series with Star Wars Maul, Shadow Lord in 2026. Anakin Skywalker is the central character of George Lucas' Star Wars movies, simultaneously its greatest hero and its most iconic villain. The story of Anakin's rise, fall, and redemption has long captivated fans, and other projects like Star Wars The Clone Wars have further fleshed out his time as a Jedi. He's been even more popular recently with Hayden Christensen's return in the live-action TV shows, including the upcoming Ahsoka Season 2. There's no question that Palpatine is the ultimate Star Wars villain, whether operating in the shadows as Darth Sidious or ruling the galaxy as its emperor. Regardless of how fans feel about individual movies, everyone agrees that Palpatine is consistently great, gradually manipulating the galaxy until the Jedi are destroyed and the Empire reigns supreme. His divisive return in the sequel trilogy has only given fans more reasons to talk about how it was possible. Supreme Leader Snoke being so high on the list may seem surprising at first, but it actually makes perfect sense. Snoke was one of the most talked about Star Wars characters, with endless theories about his identity and backstory before he was shockingly killed off in Star Wars The Last Jedi. There are still many unanswered questions about his history, so it makes sense for fans to check Wookieepedia to see if any new sources have shed light on him. Kylo Ren was easily the most popular character in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, the one most fans can agree was consistently compelling in all three movies. Thanks to the conflicted nature of his character, Adam Driver's wonderful performance, and Ben Solo's beautiful return to the light, it's no wonder fans would be reading up on him. Many hope Ben Solo will return, either in more prequel stories or as a Force ghost. You don't need Wikipedia's data to know that Ahsoka Tano has grown into the most popular Star Wars character. Even when she wasn't embraced by the fandom in her animated debut, people were still intrigued by the idea that Anakin Skywalker trained a Padawan. Over multiple seasons, Ahsoka matured into an amazing character, and her decision to leave the Jedi Order led to even greater development. Ahsoka has also benefited from fans constantly having to wait to see when she would return after a sudden disappearance, and to see what it would be like when she fought Darth Vader. Rosario Dawson playing the character in live action allowed fans to view Ahsoka in a new way, and Ahsoka Season 2 is still to come. Taking the top spot on the Wookieepedia list only further proves that Ahsoka Tano is the most popular Star Wars character. Source: Lifetime Wikipedia Community Data, fandom's proprietary first-party data FanDNA and FanDNA Helix.